Yeah, I'm coming out. Yeah, I'm coming out. I'm gonna come out. Yeah, I'm coming out. Yeah, I'm coming out.
Well, hello. We are live. Let me get over here to the comments. Oh, you know what? I forgot to mute this thing. Oh, Lord. Come on, mute.
Oh
Mute.
no.
I
Oh
do that
no.
every time. I forget to mute it. Okay. We are here. Hey, everybody. How are y'all? Y'all see who I got up here?
Peace and love. Thank you for having us
Will
on.
D. We're going to introduce him first because he wasn't in our crowd of years ago. And we got Mr. Rich New Design that go by West. I don't even know him by West. Where did Rich New Design come from?
My first name's Richard.
Oh,
Yeah. It kind of, and Newberry, last name. So, and Wes is the Wesley. So,
you look more
oh,
like
now you don't like it? Now you don't like
you
it?
look more
This is a
never liked
clever
this. I
friggin' name.
always like Rich New Design because it just had that plain.
Well, because it has that flow. It was like 20 years ago I came up with the idea of Rich New Design. I want to have R&D. It's R&D, baby. Hey, our package needs some R&D. We need a rich new design. And I thought it had it all.
And also, Rich is streaming out from Facebook and YouTube, right?
Art of Floundering is. Should I send this to my? Should I? You don't want my crowd in here, do you? You don't want my crowd in here.
Ooh, I don't care who, what, where. What you talking about? Oh, well, don't send any boys.
The Art of Floundering. The Art of Floundering has it running on a couple of channels. I haven't. I did my live earlier.
Yeah.
I'm here for you. I'm here for you, buddy. I'm here for you.
Okay. Jaden is in the house. He wants me to give away my 5 free memberships, and he's hoping to get one. And if you see Jaden's name over there, kick him out if he over on your show, please. And he'll also go under the name Dad. Okay, he got two channels, so he a little young. I have to keep him in.
Jaden's just out having fun. He's just having fun. You do what you want, Jaden. You're fine with me. I'm not your dad. I mean, I might be, but I'm not.
You wait till them girls grow up. And they meet Jaden.
You shady SOB.
Ain't I shady? Well, I'm going to go ahead and do this for Jaden now, and so I don't forget. Let's see. Okay, give 5 now. Here goes Jaden. I wish Jaden would win. I really wish it, but Jaden, I am. Let's see. Actual Albert. Official Jamie. A pole vault guy. Erie Frog. I'm sorry, Jaden. I got pole vault though. Shoot. I like pole vault. He's I like your
Pole
people.
vault and his wife. They are it's the music community I got connected to. That's how I met pole vault. That's how I met all these other people. It's a music. I started getting connected to a music community, and because of that Thursday night thing I was doing, I stopped dropping the links because there was just riffraff coming up. And it was like, I don't want to bother with this anymore. Mm-hmm. And so I met some actual musicians. I started inviting people. Mm-hmm. And then they turned me on to Camp Gmail, which is another cast member of...
Mm-hmm. That's me.
That was another. Hey, sis. Hey, sis.
She was saying,
he's another cast member.
Will. I ain't forgot about him. She be keeping me on the straight and narrow.
I'll hush.
I know.
Yes. Gary's another member of the cast. He's another member, Camp Gmail. He has an open mic show every Saturday night.
Okay. All right. And we got Will D. Will D, I honestly tell me about you because I honestly, when I come on at night, I be half asleep. So tell me.
Can you hear me? Is my mic on?
Oh
Well,
yeah, you might.
I do an online ministry. No,
Oh,
I started,
okay. I
no,
was
no, no, no,
confused. I
no,
didn't know I wasn't asking
no. I started doing podcasting about 4 or 5 years ago, and it was kind of they were serious. They were like interview shows. It was kind of like a hippie thing, and
you.
then through a variety of reasons, I started doing filthy puppet shows and
Okay,
animations, and so
okay,
that's what my channel is.
okay,
It's puppet shows and animations.
okay.
It's not for kids, and
Yeah.
it's clear I have it marked that way, but
Mhm.
I don't want anybody to get
Yeah,
confused. I don't
yeah,
want anybody to say, wow, these puppets are really cute,
yeah.
let me gather the
You
family.
gotta, you gotta watch it, Jaden. You gotta watch it, Jaden.
There we go,
Art
Mr.
of Floundering podcast. I
This
just wanted to
cat
invite
right
Jaden. Go ahead.
fast. Andy's been here forever. Hey, Andy, welcome. The Silk Coty family been here forever. Game Pro is here. Hey, Game Pro. Who else we got? My sissy sis. She loves Rich New Design. John, my new friend from Rich. Um, he had something in the air was showing. I could never see it. I don't know what he was looking at, the UFO. I'm like, well, where is it? Okay. He must have was on some of the brownies, but anyway. Okay, Warmstrong is here. He's my mod and official Jamie. Please keep us safe today, I pray. And John said had a flat tire, not working, getting okay, well, get it
Oh,
get it fixed. Yeah, get MLW Fisherman. I know who your wife is. Yep. My sister. Hello, Will. Introduce Will D. Okay, and let's see. Jamia is a new member of mine. Trish New Design is here. And next week I'm gonna have on
Trish the Natural.
yeah, she's a
You
cute.
said you said Trish New Design.
Yeah.
I had to
Oh,
look
well,
because I
that might
thought
be good because she does natural hair. Trish New Design. Trish,
Trish New
Ooh, I do
Design.
like that.
Just
That
I'll
does
be
got a
taking
vibe
oh,
to it,
I'm
man.
telling
oh
you, my
man,
mind be clicking now, boy.
your
It,
mind be. I'm the guy with the new design. Your mind be clicking.
no.
Hey, I could steal his name. Let's steal his name and
Hey, let
apply
me
it to
tell you,
others.
sometimes I'm out in the bushes when I'm watching y'all. I'm like, ooh, I can get some good ideas from this for my shorts. I'll be listening.
You know, you're welcome to them. We throw so much out there. We throw so much out there. I love your shorts. I love your shorts.
Thank you.
Those are awesome.
Is that considered dark humor? Word up, hey, tuba chat. Is mine
Yes.
dark humor, you think?
I think it is. All you do is call people out.
I know.
What do
Hey,
they say about you?
That's
You have
that's yeah, that's not bad though.
yeah.
It's a good humor.
in a
It's
way
social
it's
commentary is what I look at it as. You know,
Yeah, yeah, like the White House. I'm gonna do another one on that one.
I
well, stuff needs to be called out. And if you can
Yeah.
have some fun with it, what the heck, man? I don't look at that as dark. That's just acknowledging reality.
Okay, thank you.
it did get dark for me when I was doing it. When I did that political cartoon, I had
Oh,
one that had a
yeah.
talking ass. It was a called Rump, President Rump. It was oval orifice. It had an orange wig on it, and you're watching the news every day. You're watching the news every day to come up with the one story you're gonna make a joke about, but you're hearing all of it, and you're like, oh God, I don't want to read any more of this crap. It got too negative. It got too negative. That's why I make the jokes I do. I try to stay clear of it because I don't even want to go down any of these roads.
I mean, the closest I came to politics was I had like, and somebody asked a question if I'm a youth. The only I got a weird story, but this is therapy to me. It's the only reason I did it. It was I wasn't able to walk for a couple of years. There was a lot of pain and stuff, and the only way I could not think about that was to do really crazy puppet shows. And so that's how I got into this. So I don't really think about who's viewing it, right? But I also don't want to like get involved in perpetuating hate,
Yeah.
you know? And so even though it's goofy, I don't want it to be doing that. But I wanted to do like a little Donnie Trump and a little Joe Biden like kid show where they're like, gee golly gosh, you know, but they're doing filthy things, but they're like
But
the
no
bestest of
matter what
friends.
you do, always remember, Will, it's always gonna be somebody.
Yeah,
It could
I
be
know.
as clean as whatever. And my sister just gave me some money, child. Let's celebrate. Yes, sir. She gave me
Oh, you
some
don't
money.
you don't shimmy? You don't shimmy for the I try to always shimmy for the
Jimmy.
shimmy.
Hey, Scott, I see you out there. They keeping me busy up here. Marta, Riza, Yarn, and Craft, thank you for coming in as usual. Thank you so much. And I'm trying to make sure I didn't miss anybody. If I did, I am so sorry. And let me.
Pole vault. Your member pole vault is out there.
Hey,
Paul
Peace and
Paul.
Vault,
love.
where Paul
Peace and
Vault
love. I
at?
mean, he's on down. You may be way up. I don't know where
Oh,
you're at. I
thank you.
should.
And if you see somebody come in down, help us, sister.
Oh, Scratch and Pete out there.
Oh, hey,
Did you already say hi to Controversial Cruising? You said
Scott.
hi to them, right?
Okay,
Yeah.
Scott.
Okay.
Okay, yeah.
CV baseball card collector.
Oh,
There's
Stevie from California. Hey, baby boy. Hey.
everybody's
Okay.
out there.
My sister said that she likes animation. She's talking about, oh, not for kids. You ain't no kid, baby girl.
No, we don't
No.
do work for
Oh,
kids.
she's asking a
No.
question for both of us. How long have y'all been on YouTube? We'll start with Will. How long have you been on YouTube, Will?
I think maybe 3 years, maybe 3.
Oh,
Like
all
that.
of us
Yeah.
found three.
Yeah.
Three. What about you, Rich?
I started creating content again back in 2019, but I've had other cartoons from 2008 and stuff that I had uploaded. I just hadn't gotten back into it.
Mm-hmm. I looked at one of your old ones with your daughter. You did not look like Rich knew design. You know exactly what I'm talking about.
Oh,
You
there's
were
there's
sitting
there's
on the bed, and she had that colored robe, and you kept, the colors kept changing. You had to change it back. I'm like, that ain't my Rich.
oh, I'm telling her. What about green? What
Yeah,
about purple?
but I'm
What
just
about
saying you
this?
look completely different. Where he come from? Oh, my sister said, yep, she called mine dark humor. She said, I like social commentary, Will. Good ways to look at you. Okay. Yep, thumbs up, everybody. Don't forget. Lord have mercy. My sister's talking about President Trump. Lord give me.
President Rump.
Hey! I didn't even know Pole Bart was out in the bushes one day and I had started talking about it. Thank God it was good stuff. And he was just came right on in and started talking. And that would be a good show, Will. Okay. She's liking you. And CV, oh, from the bottom of my heart, hurry up and get those watch hours. Watch hours. You got 4,000. You got 4,000, don't you, Rich?
No, 3,000. I don't have 4,000 now.
Are we close to 4,000?
I
I
don't
ask
know.
your number. Yeah.
Nah, I'm not even worried.
You go up.
I'm not worried about it.
Paul Ball say,
I'm
here
not
I
worried about
am.
it.
Yes, you are. Hey,
Here I
Destination.
am.
Destination is a great person to know. I'm gonna always have her in my ballpark, honey. I don't have a lot of people in my ballpark, I must say. I'm telling y'all. Okay. Jess said, Jess? I love Jess. Jess, I still love you more than him. If we really knew each other, girl, I wouldn't even talk to him. Okay, I remember how angry he got at me. My sons will tell you I'm all for women. I'm all for happiness now. I don't want nobody to be together and they ain't happy. Now I tell my children that every day if they ain't making, but I am kind of on the women's side. But anyway, I remember how angry he got at me for getting depressed by politics and wanted to quit making over. I love her to death. I love you, Jess. I love you. Paul said, "How did you get these guys? They didn't work last night that I know of. I went hunting for them.
I was on it live until about 2.
Oh, I missed
Clean.
y'all.
It's clean living, pole vault. You know, buddy.
I don't know what clean living. As soon as they get off of here, they go into bed.
Oh.
Tell them a little bit about Alan.
You know, I was thinking.
Go ahead.
Well, you know, it's funny when it's just what I put about the vibe on this program. Everybody's comments is like really like so cool, and I really it's a cool vibe. I want to thank you for having us on, man. Aren't you feeling it, Rich? Aren't you, buddy? You feeling it?
It's an awesome stream. Betty has an awesome, cool vibe on her stream,
Yeah,
and
great,
I love the. That's why I love coming here for the peace and love,
Yeah,
that
It's nice.
that,
I feel, yeah.
But you know what? Honestly, I don't know if my sister would disagree with me. She may. It's about our mama. But my mom did. She taught us to be open because you don't know who's going to give you that last piece of bread. You know? And if
Yes.
you go to somebody home, she said, I don't care how filthy, I don't care if the roaches, you make them feel like that home is a castle. She said, because you don't know where nothing coming from. You know? So, yeah. I learned that
oh,
from
there's a bunch more people coming in.
Okay, tell
Lady
me who.
Wolverine,
Hello.
James Money, 615 was
Hey.
James.
Hello. Wow. I need to
I
have
saw
y'all
some new
on every
names.
week. Oh my goodness. I couldn't take it every week, y'all. I couldn't. I could.
Did you already say hi to Andy Gambino?
Yeah, I did. Andy was here first, honey.
That's right, man.
You probably
Andy
wouldn't
from
want
all the way from England.
Yeah, but this is not for today. Honey, I know. I don't miss much. Y'all think I miss. Even when last year, when he did, I already knew what was up. That's what old people do. They feel ya. I already know. Just we'll be all right. Me
That's
and the
right.
girl.
We just and life goes on, right? It just
Yeah.
despite all of the
Umpata.
and then
Life goes.
all this stuff that seems like it's so important. What's so interesting about life is this stuff will seem like the end of the world, and one day you're going to laugh about it, right? You know you're going to look back and and so right, Rich?
Globies Travel. I'm saying hey to Gampro's back and Globies Travel.
Oh, I know.
And Pole Vault and whoever else is
Yeah.
out there.
My sister said, I agree. Open and respectful. And my mom was like really religious. She was. But that's one thing she taught us. No matter what, no matter what they do, she said, I don't care if it's a prostitute on the street, you respect. And I know we went through every, so
Mm-hmm.
Respect is important. It is. It is.
Yeah, it is. And
Oh,
people need to learn that in this lifetime. No matter what you do, no matter what somebody do in their bedroom, no matter what business is it of yours? Let me hit this table again. What business is it of yours out there?
Right.
bam,
Okay.
bam.
I mean, I am totally with you, man. I mean, it's like with all the things we've got to worry about, man.
Woo!
What somebody believes, how they love. I mean, do we really? We got better things to worry about.
Little Terpene is in the house. I see Little Terpene is in the house.
Look,
That's a rap star. That's rap star Little Terpene in the house.
Rap.
How do people drop their link? Do they type Betty or something along
Yeah,
those lines out here?
Betty. Hashtag Betty. Thank you.
Hashtag Betty to drop your link out there. And has everybody clicked on that like? Has everybody clicked on that like?
Thumbs
And
up,
share this thing out.
thumbs
Share this thing out so others can find it. We want
Okay,
everyone. We want
she got to
everyone
go
coming
back
in.
to
Peace and
work.
loving it.
The little RN has to go back to work.
Ah, good for you,
Ooh,
man.
ooh,
Thank you.
good.
Thank you
She
so
said
much,
ever
man.
since she was what 18. They work hard. I would want to be. one.
Anybody that's working in healthcare, thank you, thank you, thank you.
Ooh, they work too hard. It's time for her to retire. It breaks down their bodies too so bad. It really does. And also remember, I got it pinned up to the top. Sunday, April 28th at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Original design. They're gonna have an improv adult comedy with animation, puppets, and mannequins.
There
You
you
want to
go.
tell me
You
a
included
little
the
bit more?
mannequins. Yes.
Oh, okay. What the mannequins look like?
Charlie Wood. Have you seen the Charlie Wood character? It's the more wooden face with the jaw.
Oh, I was scared when you said wood.
Where he
Nothing
talks
to be
about his
afraid of.
rolling pin.
Wait,
He talks about his rolling pin a lot. He does reference his
yeah.
little rolling pin a lot, and his walnuts. He does make reference to different things. It's a duga, if you're wondering. It's a
Yeah.
duga.
And if you notice, when you go to most channels, honestly, they say stuff, subliminally or casually, but then you catch it, So I don't know why people make big to dos on other channels because they do the same thing. I do
Oh
the same.
yeah, yeah.
May
Everybody
not as
does.
overt, but we all do it.
We get right out there. We get right
That's
out there in your
proud.
face.
Then I got
There's
Sha. Go ahead. I'm
We
listening.
like to shock. We like to shock. I think that's it. There's a lot of. I love how you tell people that keep an open mind when you send them my way.
Yeah,
Keep an
anywhere.
open
Keep
mind.
anywhere. Because but that many people, I really don't get that much hate. Um, and it's so funny because I'm like, they truly believe this is the way I am. And then I said, maybe you are. Maybe. Hey, Avernaz, how you doing?
you
Maybe I
know.
am.
That's
They
what.
said, go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No. Go ahead.
It was funny because I don't know if y'all know T.S. Madison. I watch T.S. Madison. She's a transgender. And she said something one day. She said, do y'all wonder why y'all watch me? And she said, because a part of you is like me. I'm like, oh, is that what it is? Is that what it is? But and you meet so many different people. You're missing out. I tell people you are missing out.
Yes,
You
you
are
are.
really missing out on
Uh,
this world.
we have a lot of stuff that is over the top, but there's never any hate in our show. There's
Mhm.
never any hate or cruelty towards anything that isn't already a well-known victim. A
Yeah.
totally or horrible, I mean monster. No, somebody who's a well-known monster, I should say. Leader of North Korea. Jeff Bezos. People that we none of us really care about. And we
Yeah.
all would be fine if lions tore them apart. One of those. Those are the antagonists. I notice a lot in the program. Now there's cuddly dogs. There's happy cuddly dogs and other stuff on the show. But no, we keep it just a lot of blue humor. But we try to steer clear of politics, and we try to steer clear of anything controversial, and there's no hate. And I think that comes across. It's just
Yeah.
a bunch of
Yeah.
people doing too much marijuana, is what it is. It's
Yeah,
Okay.
I have a tendency to poke fun at the system,
Mhm.
and I would tell people they do stumble on my stuff. It's just that believe it or not, there's like a lot I'm saying in it, like from the backgrounds and everything. So just give it some time because if you get beyond the filth every once in a while, there is some. I think there's some substance to it, but you have to get beyond, weed humor.
Yeah.
Now his channel, the Art of Floundering podcast, which it's running on there right now. His channel,
I took it down.
he is the. Oh, you took it down? Oh,
Well, yeah, we'll tell why later.
that's the. He's the best storyteller I have seen out here. He just he does everything in the program. You can be. It's fantastic to watch any of his work. Visually, it is so friggin' appealing. But you can just be listening and still be completely entertained and immersed in the story. He's just such a good storyteller with the way things go.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Pole
Thank you,
vault.
Wes.
Pole vault. I thought that was obvious.
And you know what I say? The most people, the most loudest and the most controversial, what they're controversial, they're doing it in behind the darkness of the doors. That's the funny part. They're well hidden behind the doors. Married, in relationships, they're hiding. You know what I mean? And they're talking about these other people, how they are, how they live, so the other people can live free, but they're in
That's
hiding.
what everybody does. Everybody talks.
Yeah.
Maybe it just takes years to get to that point, because
people know
we're
that
all obviously at that. Yeah, you're right. Some people never get there, but
Bruce Jenner
I-
did. He was 60 something. He did. She did. I'm sorry. She did. Let's say Game Pro. Scientists discovered that rats like taking rides in little cars.
I believe that. If you haven't seen rat derbies, yes, rat derbies. They get them in these little cars, and the rats can determine what direction to go and everything. And
Scratch and Pete. He's so good. Because
They
I
love
wanted that
those.
drop too, and I even have
rat derbies, everyone, rat derbies.
He probably seen me writing it down. And another thing too, I like to thank everybody for coming in, everybody that watched my shorts. I tell you, just right off my head, I'm gonna do some today. Sunday, I wasn't gonna do one, and the sucker ended up getting 1,000. I was like, oh, okay. I wasn't even gonna do that one. And I've been doing it for like 123 or 24 days straight now.
Jeez.
I haven't missed any time. I'm almost up to 300,000 views, I think, on my channel. So I'm getting close to that 300,000 mark. My vlogs slowly growing, which is good though, which is good. I don't, and I try to honestly be more open. Like I cuss, so I do start. I don't cuss as much, but I do let it go sometimes and say, because I think really, if you're gonna say you're being authentic, I got a potty mouth,
Farging eyesores. Farging eyesores. I can't remember that movie.
Johnny Dangerously.
Thank you. I was.
And you
Son of a botchin', put your bells in a sling.
Yeah.
You even got Patrick in here. He a little nasty. Cherry on.
Ooh.
He had a woman. He lost us that night though. She was what was she? A sexual counselor? She was just.
I'm thinking about pursuing that as a career. I'm thinking about sexual counseling. I think that's what I'm gonna do.
Please God. She was talking about
that geriatric gigolo.
Crazy. He lost most of us that night, and I'm pretty open. I couldn't stay because I was gonna type. So I wanted to come up there, but I was gonna type something, and I know I couldn't take it. Oh, she was making me.
I figure if my geriatric gigolo gig, I'm thinking about branching off, and if I start doing sexual counseling to the elderly, that's bound to lead to some, well, I do offer other services. And that's bound to drum up business. So if I did that, if I offered sexual counseling to the elderly,
And
I
I
think it could
told the
work out. I don't
geriatric
know.
gigolo, I forgot how many that got. I know it got thousands. And then I
One of
did,
them had a couple, and the other, yeah, I
yeah,
was
and then I
telling
did
him
the
those.
female gigolette. They both, got it. So I'm like, and they're loving the rent to own. I got over like 1,100 on that. I just did that one.
Brother
So,
of a certain age. Peace
oh,
and love.
Peace and
hello.
love. Peace and love.
Hello. I tell you, but yeah, it's the middle of the week. So
Yes, it is.
what do you have planned on your channel for the rest of the week, you think?
Like I said, it just depends. A couple live streams, some guitar, but really it's about Sunday. So,
Yeah.
yeah, we'll be whatever I'm doing will be working. It'll be contributing towards what we do on Sunday, which I'm pretty excited about, man. So it's gonna be a lot
Okay.
of fun.
I
It's like playing. It's like we get together and play for a couple hours. So it's
That's what I
cool.
was
I dig it.
wondering. How y'all get together? That's what I was wondering. I'm
Huh?
like, how do they do this? Because it's got to be crazy when you get together.
We have
Well, and it's
no
like
preparation.
none. I don't even want to know what everybody's doing. I just want to just
That's
react
like
in
me.
real time. Yeah,
I don't
it's
want to
fun.
know. Even with my shorts, I don't want to watch other people's stuff because I don't want it
Hmm.
to go in here.
Right.
Well, nobody can say I took their stuff, not a soul. We all have basically whatever idea you think of, somebody's thought of, you know.
Hmm.
But I don't want people to think that because that's most of the things that YouTube demonetize people for because they use other people. Now, like, see, with rich stuff, they would love to use this stuff over. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
So I'm glad they do get people and pull them off for the demon, for that. So, hey, Roro. Hey, Roro. You got to be careful with this today, girl.
I've been
Roro.
good. I've been
But
good.
yeah,
I,
Roro, I know you have. Roro is just special to me. Just like you, Rich and Jess, she is so special to me. So she hasn't been feeling good, but I just want her to keep
oh,
getting, yeah, I want her to keep getting better and better. And she don't stay that
uh,
far from me. So one day we definitely gonna visit each other. So let's see. Anybody else saying what's good? What you think?
now
Uh-huh, go ahead.
each person on the show, it's improv comedy,
Okay.
and we have there's four of us that do the alien report to start with, where we're all aliens, and each person kind of has their own. This was my week. This is what my thing is. This is what
Uh-huh.
I'm doing. But we don't know what each other's doing generally. If it's really a big thing, someone
Mhm.
will mention something, but otherwise we just come in there and you really want to just become the character and you're
Mhm.
interacting with whatever's going on and
Mhm.
all that. And then we've got this other the Karen show. It's the same thing, but I know there's preparation because the artwork and everything else. There's always a vignette from the Art of Floundering podcast from
Mhm.
Will's channel. He's in the Alien Report. He's one of the aliens improving, but then he does solo by himself, playing all the characters and doing all that. He'll
Mhm.
do a 8 to 12 minute vignette during the
Mhm.
program, telling a story as he goes.
Mhm.
I can't even. I'm not even going to talk about what last season was because it was. There's exactly right. So,
Too
but
hard to explain.
there'll be another. We're hanging on to that again this year because it's really everybody make sure you are connected to the Art of Floundering podcast.
Oh, thank you. I
There
appreciate
is
that.
just so
Okay,
much
the link
talent
is in
there,
there, y'all. Okay.
so much talent when it comes to just doing it all and just bringing it and hanging on to you as a viewer or even just a listener. It's
Okay.
if you have a adult, very adult sense of humor, then it's perfect. It's perfect. It's not anything bad, not anything hate, not anything.
There's no
just,
cuss words. I don't use
No,
any cuss words.
I
I don't
do.
think I do. I don't think I do.
I do.
But
The-
no, I do. I do that on purpose because the scenes are so absurd that I'd like to have the language to be the direct opposite of what's going on in the background. So there's a lot of like Leave It to Beaver type stuff, like gee whiz, golly gosh, that kind of stuff. And there's chaos going on,
it'll
Cheapers.
be golly cheapers. As the character's injecting himself with a pharmaceutical grade THC needle in the side, getting ready to do whatever terrible thing this character is going to do. And there's superhero characters as well that are usually deviantly sexually motivated. In the end,
Yeah.
it's an interesting program. No,
We're gonna have fun
if
this
you
year.
have a
It's gonna be a
sense
lot
of
of fun.
humor, if you have a sense of humor and like adult humor, this is a channel you have to be connected to. Yes, Gampro swears in the show. You got a link. I didn't know if he was in a position. He's got two little ones. He's
Yeah,
got
he
two
just
little ones, and
hashtag
so
Parenting and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
everybody get connected. And he's the genius behind Little Terpene. The Little Terpene that we saw out here. Each week there would be a new rap song and video by the puppet rap artist Little Terpene. Just amazing talent there. Definitely want everybody to get connected.
Okay. So
But
Sunday
yeah,
night.
we've got, along with Will Dick and myself, we've got Gampro. Gampro is there. Allie Patches. Allie is an artist, but she's also does a bunch of the improv with the puppets and the writing and everything else. And she's a musician. And then we have Gary from Camp G May and Charliewood. He's the one that runs the open mic for 5 hours, 10 p.m. Eastern time every Saturday. But it's the five of us. That's the cast of the show. It's just a great group of people with great comedy chops. I love working with these people, and we've got a 10 episode series. This season's going to be 10 episodes. Begins on Sunday. We've added story. We're going from the improv, but then pre-recorded story, and it's over the top. It's a Bond villain kind of thing. Everybody needs to catch the episode because you'll want to know what's happening. You'll want to keep up with what's happening in that. But no, I love it. I love doing it. I love doing
I
it.
bet you do. I
It's-
bet
it-
you do.
I love to make people laugh. It's the only way I can get through the day. It's how I battle. All the demons of my past is making people laugh. It's the way I get through. It's all I do is go for the laugh. It's a little bit much, but it's all I know to do. It's all I know to do.
I'm gonna change this over a little bit about us baby boomers and what we created.
Oh, well, I'm not.
Hey.
I'm on the line, man. I'm
Gen
on
X.
the line. I'm not a boomer,
Gen
man.
X.
65.
Gen X.
65.
We raised Gen X. We raised Gen
Yeah.
X, and we raised. I have two. Hey, Jacob, I have two.
Let-
I have a millennial, which is very different from my Gen X. They're
Let-
two very personalities different.
You want Gen X's opinion of how you did, Boomer? You want Gen
I
X's
know how
opinion,
we did,
and not you specifically, but Boomers.
I'm gonna tell you how I think we did. I think it started with my mom generation, right on the end of it, because they were more into education, they were more into the religious base, they were, more savers. They owned everything, all that. Now, where we came in, we had birth control too. So that kind of saved us baby boomers so we could really live wild, you know. But we did have birth control. But I like to throw that in there because really, baby boomers, we really, most of us only wanted to have two kids. You had a third one. We talked about you. Okay. So, and then we did. We talked about you if you had a third baby. And then after that, and then even baby boomer women, I think we were more into us, even having babies. We took control of everything. So we are controllers. We are, but very materialistic. We taught our kids to be materialistic. And that's one thing I wish that we would have never done.
The
We taught,
banking industry decided to let you all have credit cards in those early 70s.
yep, yep,
And the economy has not recovered since.
not, and that was a good
They got
time.
you full into the workforce at that point. It was let's exploit this labor. It's about you. It's
Everything was
about
good.
empowerment. You can leave the house. You can now do this. And we're gonna make it so both of you are gonna have to be going out and working. It's I kinda it was I mean it really we gotta go back to 1920 to really look
Well,
at, when the mistakes were made. Wasn't it
I think
1920?
it was majorly with us, though. I think
I was
honestly,
going to go down a
ball.
misogynistic road
We
just
dropped
as
the
a joke,
ball.
but
I'm gonna say we did. Baby boomers, we dropped the ball because we did. We had it good. We had the economy was, we had it. It's just like you say, all that credit cards came in. I mean, I was loaded to the hilt when my children left the house. 15 grand and 15 grand ain't nothing considered, today.
you can't blame people. Think about the propaganda machine that became possible through television. Think about the evolution of television and then look at everything and just see how it's marketing. You can't help it. People can't help that marketing has an effect for a reason. People are susceptible to things for a reason. I can't blame people as a whole or anything like that. You can look at entertainment and the media and everything there and really see the hand of it, which is
Yeah,
corporate. It's
I
the
would agree
corporate
with that.
hand, leading us down this path.
I can agree with that. I
well,
can.
my daughter's 24, and I think beyond trying to think about what it would be like to be that age. That's nine
Mm-hmm.
eleven.
Okay.
That's banking crisis. That's
Yeah.
on and on and on and on. So, you can't really wrap to that generation from the standpoint of, hey, stability. But I also think the mistake I made as a parent is I prepared my daughter for a world that worked for me. That world of you go to college, you do these things, you follow this script, and this is your path. Well, that doesn't exist anymore. Buying a home, moving out of being able to afford to go to college, I worked my way through school. That's a privilege that doesn't exist today. You know
Thank
what I'm
you.
saying?
Yes.
And so it's like it's impossible. And how are you going to get ahead? And so the rules are all different. And we created I think I'm on the cusp of a
Mhm.
boomer, but to own
Yeah.
it, yeah, to own what's happened the past 20, you bet. And a lot of the problem, my problem has been apathy. It's been someone
Mhm.
else will handle this. I've got my own business,
Yeah.
right? It's someone else's problem. And now that I'm older, I'm
Mhm.
going like, well, geez, I kind of spent a lot of years looking the other way, and
Hey,
so,
D.
but that kind of
Mhm.
thing.
But I think too is okay. Generation X. Now I could personally say with my kids, they had to work when they turned 16. That was just the bottom
Hmm.
line.
Hmm.
Now, what I see Generation Xers doing, they give their kids everything. They can't pay
I
their
did I
rent.
made that mistake.
Can't pay their rent. What do parents do? Oh, I put you in my old house. They don't let them fall. Let them fall. What?
Yeah.
Y'all parents in that chat, why y'all can't let them children fall? How they gonna learn? You cutting them off from growing up.
Everything's the way it should be. AI is the future. It had to be this way. We have to lead ourselves to our own destruction. We are just feeding data into the data sets for AI.
Oh,
We
yeah,
spend
we
our
need
lives
that
doing it.
stuff.
That's
Yeah,
what we all do. It had to be this way. It
we
had to be
birthed
this
it.
way.
We
There's only a
birthed
couple
it.
more generations, and then man's going
Yeah,
underground.
we birthed it. I'm telling y'all.
I'm
And I'm saying
hoping. I'm
one
hoping to
thing,
be.
and then we're going to leave the politics out. But I never forget, I was in the gym before the pandemic, and this guy was saying that he was a Republican, but he was really voting Democrat. But he was talking about Trump. And I said, why do y'all say such bad things about him? We created him.
Yeah. Yeah.
He
Exactly.
says
Trump is us.
everything what people want to say. We created him black, white, green, purple. He's a combination of all of us.
Yep.
Believe it or don't believe it in the I'm
Yep.
telling you.
I've heard he's the second coming, and I have
He's
yet to see it disproven. I have yet to see it disproven.
Because
I
if
have
he
yet.
comes, we're gonna have and I can see him coming the next time. And I'm gonna say this one more thing. They always say the black people gotta save us. No, white people, y'all gotta save yourself this time. We can't save you.
You just don't give a shit about us, huh? You just
No,
don't
I'm
give a
not
shit about us.
No,
It's like,
I'm
oh,
No, I'm not saying that to be
I
funny,
was
but they
making a
always
joke.
come back and they'll say that we have to save them, in election time, but we can't do it this time.
Well, it's like, do you remember that experiment where they've got the people that are getting shocked if they have the wrong answer, and you can hear them scream, and they tell them keep shocking, and only about 10 to 20 of the percent of the people push
Oh my
back.
God, y'all didn't tell me
You're
game
seeing that
show.
lived out right now. You're seeing that lived out right now. You're seeing about
I ain't
10 to
even seen
20% of the people push back. Yeah.
Hello.
Game Pro, what's up?
I'm
How's it
sorry,
going,
game
everybody?
show. They didn't tell me.
But
Because
I was having, hey, look, I was having fun just listening to you guys talk, and I figured I'd just find a natural point to just let my presence be known.
yeah, okay.
I have no view of the backstage. I have no view. We're relying on Betty.
I figured, yeah.
Because
And
what
I-
I was thinking was, as we were talking, I know people in the chat, I'm sure my moderator said, "Oh girl, I don't know if you should touch on that." But with me coming on once a week, I really, it is what it is. Some of us have an option. If they kick me off, I'll be all right without YouTube. I want their money.
Mhm.
But sometimes I just think it needs to be, it is what it is, from people, different views, point of views, because a lot of people think like, because if you're not African American, you don't know how, I think, I ain't gonna say we think, but like I say, with Trump, we all created, we all had a hand in it,
Oh,
we
for
did.
sure. Yeah, absolutely.
we really
Even
did.
I have
even
no-
even the people that were egging him on as a joke, like, oh my God, wouldn't that be so funny? He'd be the worst president. Let's vote for him. Like,
Well, even people,
those
you know,
people are the most responsible.
Mhm.
well, also the people that were opposed, and because you got to own it. You got to own.
Gotta
The only thing you can control is you. That's it. Everything else is out of
Yeah.
your control. And then if it's like, so if somebody you're vehemently opposed to, what did you do? What can you improve on? That's the only thing you can really do.
I have no hope for mankind.
I actually do. I have
do.
hope.
Sound like my
I have hope
husband
for
will.
AI.
But wait a minute, let me go, because I need to introduce, because I don't know Game Pro. Game Pro, tell me a little bit about you.
Well, I am. I'm a stoner degenerate like these two. I make lots of content aimed to make random people laugh on the internet because
Okay.
things are hard enough. It's basically the end of the world, so we may as well die laughing. It's kind of
Thank you. Thank you.
And so many people feel that way. They do.
Oh, yeah.
They know we're right at the brinks. We're right at it. We're
Oh, yeah.
right at it. And then when I say that, and my husband, like Will, they have hope. And he looked like me, like, you done lost. No, I lost my mind, Will. So, Will, what you say we have hope? What is the hope?
Yeah.
Okay, tell me.
Well, you keep looking for the bottom, right? Because soon, but I think people, are growing tired of the either or mindset and are
Mhm.
starting to like you can kind of see it what YouTube channels are taking off where people of opposing views are having a respectful discussion.
Mhm.
So I think that's the first step. I think people are tired of being at war with one another,
Mhm.
and I
Yeah.
think they're gradually we're not all going to agree, but I think they're starting to get into the habit of at least sitting down and
Mhm.
listening to the other. And I think that's where it begins. We're starting to listen, maybe.
Mhm.
That's what I hope. You know, I
Mhm.
mean, but Wes has got a point. You know, I
Mhm.
mean, there's
We're
a
here
lot.
as long as AI decides. It really, that's our future. It doesn't matter what we do. I'm gonna laugh. I
Yeah.
just want to laugh. AI will determine our future. The only way that doesn't happen is if we blow everything up first. That's really the only way
I
it does.
really need
So
to learn
either
more
way,
about that. I really do. That's my least thing, and I really need. And that's one thing because I'll be 69 this year, and I can tell people just keep learning.
I
Mhm.
will look
Don't
outside and look at the sky if
Don't
I hear the
ever
bombs are coming.
stop. Yeah, don't ever stop
It's just
learning. And don't forget about the simple stuff. Looking at the stars at night, if you could find one or two from the pollution. Look at the simple stuff sometimes. But don't ever stop learning. I'm telling you,
Mhm.
that's where you lose at. No matter how
Oh,
old you
absolutely.
get. Um, I really thought about that yesterday too. I was just on a thinking thing that, but the world is moving so fast.
there's a lot to learn.
But that's
Yeah.
what scares me because how in the heck I'm gonna keep up the older I get because the slower I'm gonna get.
Who's got to
Maybe
keep up?
Yeah.
huh?
Just
That's the
keep
goal.
growing.
Yeah.
I
Never,
do. But
never
you're not
judge
my
about keeping
age.
up.
You're
Just
not my
grow. Just grow.
age. You barely in them 50s.
I know. I know.
Well, I
I should
think
be chastised for it too. Right.
Yeah.
I was away from work for 7 years, and I went back for about 6 months, and I realized there was a lot of things I used to be able to do that I couldn't. But one of the things to your point, with all this coming at, don't focus on the noise. Focus on what's
Yes,
important because there's a lot of
yes,
noise. And it, and it,
yeah.
and I that's what I saw at the workplace. I said, man, the noise that existed, the minutia, is on steroids now.
Mhm.
Everybody's really busy, but they're not really accomplishing anything. They're compiling a lot of crap, but at the
Mhm.
end of the day, nothing's getting done.
I
You
Yeah.
know?
know. Now that is so true. The noise is out there. And
Yeah.
that remind me, I got to retire early. I think I was 57. And it was just like coming off a train riding. You jump off because you're
Hmm.
on that and you don't know how to slow down. It took me a year to slow down.
Oh, I bet.
It
Yeah, I
took
can
me a
imagine.
year to slow
Have you
down.
tried weed?
No, not yet,
Weed
but
will help you.
that's
Weed
coming.
will help you if you,
I
and it will
still
help
do.
you learn. It
I
will help you
still do.
learn.
I still do pretty good. I tell you, but I tell anybody that's terminal, and if the doctors get you some, I'm
We're
telling you, I see an
we're
example
all
in the
terminal.
store.
Oh
I'm
yeah.
telling. Oh
Everyone.
yeah, we're all terminal, but you know what I mean.
You think
We
this
have
is
a
cool? Like
diagnosis.
nothing's lasting forever.
We're all terminal.
We are
We're all.
terminal, but you know what I mean. When
I, I,
someone's
s-
sick and they
Oh,
die,
I'm
we
pretty
we do
sure.
know.
I saw you with that glass of wine before the show,
oh
right? I mean, it's
yeah,
it's.
yeah.
I know what you got going on over there, buddy.
D from Australia says scary. Hey Wes, we're here in Australia where it affects us here with the US stirring up trouble.
We
Yeah.
will be the cause of it all.
And
Don't you just
Australia
know it?
always follow us. Okay.
We
Australia
will
love
be the
America.
cause.
They
We
follow
are
right.
the.
They follow right in behind us.
We just. Oh my God.
She talking about better take that stuff. She'll be dancing full on.
There you go.
Dancing all the time, man. Might
I
as well.
tell you. I know you might as well, and that's why I say enjoy your youth because it's gonna go by.
Well, that's gone.
You are not there. He thinks he's there. You're there because you tell yourself you're there. You
I'm
know,
young as fuck. I'm
I didn't
sorry.
say
See,
that.
I knew
I didn't say
I'd
no.
be the
Come
one.
on.
I knew I'd be the one. Oh,
That would have went on
yes.
by. If he wouldn't have said anything, that would have just went.
No, I caught it. I caught it. It was like, and I told everybody. I said, now this is a family show. We want to watch our language. Let's not have, and I was actually giving Allie a hard time yesterday. Well, you can't just be blurting the F word out like that if we're up there. And,
And you know, it just
it
goes.
turned
If
out to
you
be
don't, if
me.
he wouldn't
It
have said
turned
it,
out
it just would have went. That's it.
yeah, but it was more fun this way. It was more fun this way.
Roro says, I'm a natural high. Tell
There you
him.
go.
But I'm gonna tell you a little thing that I think a lot of people don't think about, because really people my age are historians. Really, when when you look at it, because I was raised in Florida, so we didn't integrate until I was in 8th grade. So that had to be in 1970. We integrated, but
Hmm.
it was supposed to go through in the 60s, but nobody didn't want to do it. So in 1970, the government said, if you don't do it, we ain't gonna give you no money. Then they did it.
Mhm.
Then they did it. But let me tell you, from my age point of view, I think it probably was the worst thing they could have done. Um, we lived when we were segregated, we lived like in a bubble. Kids, we were well protected from the world. So people don't even know that we were they kept us well protected in that bubble. We went to college, we did it all. They said we have those books they gave us, and we were learning our asses off. Okay. It wasn't we were safe in it, but once that bubble bust open, all of it came in. We graduated less. We went to college less. Even if the girls got pregnant, they still went to college, you know? So people say about, what's good at that time, but we were so well protected, y'all. I'm telling y'all, people just don't know. We were protected. We had our own businesses. We couldn't go to McDonald's, because if we went to McDonald's, guess what? We had to go to the back door, So we had our own hamburger joints. We had our own barbecue joints, our own liquor stores, our own corner stores. People don't know. They cry about us, but I'm like, why? Why?
I've always enjoyed listening because because this isn't the first time I've heard you
Yeah,
talk about this, that it was actually things were better before that,
yeah,
before the
yeah. Not to
forced
say,
integration of the
yeah,
schools,
there's
which
still
is
things
what
better
happened.
now, but much has not changed. And people don't believe that either. Much has not changed. And you just have to do the best that you can with what you got. That's all I can't change anybody. If they hate me because I can't change them, I can't explain why you should like me or what. You got to do it yourself. You got to do it
The
yourself.
All of the problems still exist, and the problem people are still there. I think the difference is now the problem people and the people that are opposing it uh, uh, can have
I want you to
amplified
hold. I
voices.
want you to hold that. I hope Patrick's in here, but once we get on this subject, our numbers always drop. Me and Patrick always talk about that. It instantly went from 17 to 13, because
Oh, well,
I
let me
watched.
get back to dancing then. Let me
No,
just get
don't
back to
dance.
dancing then.
But no, I'm
No,
not
it's,
worried about
that's
that. I
all I'm
just
doing.
I just made a mention of that because me and Pat did the same thing in the number. But that's what people that
It's
lead.
a duga,
But I
a
learned what my
duga.
yoga teacher says, when everything gets quiet at the end of the class, she said, you notice people walk out because they can't take the quietness. And it's like people that walk out, they're the ones that really need it, but they walk because they don't want to learn
Shh.
anything new.
What if I say penis? Does that change things?
No. But anyway,
That didn't help. That didn't help.
no,
We didn't.
it didn't help.
I
I
haven't.
I would say this. I would
Okay,
say this.
go ahead.
If you look at statistics
Okay.
and the way we divide one another through
Okay.
various spectrums, sexuality, race,
Yeah,
religion.
everything.
There's a pattern, and you can't deny that pattern, and that pattern's repeatable. So that leads me to a conclusion that the collective is stronger than the separates, because we
Mhm.
need all the deviations in
Uh-huh.
opinions, in viewpoints, in everything's the collective. And I think about like the people that did my surgery that saved my
Mhm.
life
Okay.
were the best that this country has as far as orthopedic surgeons, and it was a cross
Uh-huh.
section of this country. And that was because we were going for the pool of everybody. I want the very best. And in order to have the very best, that means that it's got to be inclusive, and
Mhm.
everybody's got to have a stake in the game. So that's the way I look at it. Is
You
I want
won't see it. You
everybody
won't see it
to
in
have
your
a stake in the
lifetime.
game.
You won't see it in your lifetime. You won't see
Probably
it.
not, but I think it's still a good ideal to have.
We're
It's
You
a
on
know,
good
our way
idea, but
out.
you won't see it in your lifetime. I was pulling for the younger people, but I don't know. I think they're kind of going back off the.
It may be why this may be a simulation, because we
Yeah.
are at the birth of the AI taking over.
Okay.
What point in history is something going? I'm going to show you how I came to be. Are we playing out for somebody else that AI is communicating with? This is how it happened, and this is the simulation that's being played for the. Because this is a significant point. Man is going to become not the prevailing thing. AI is going to be the future. AI is it's the next step in evolution. A mind that can live for ages.
yeah, through climate change.
Yeah,
Game
a
Chrome,
mind that can just.
what's your thinking on the stuff we're talking about? Because you're a little younger.
Well, I'm gonna be honest. I'm a little baked. I'm just here to have a good time. I don't have a direct opinion. I was just having a good time listening to you guys. I
No,
didn't
I
even
think
consider
just
my own opinion.
I think with younger people, sometimes I probably need to get younger ones on the show and just ask them, where do they think? Where do you think the world is going? Do you think there's hope? You know what I mean? Those
Yeah.
thought-provoking questions. Like, I really want to
Um,
know what young people really think. I'm
I'm
old.
getting prepared to live in the apocalypse.
my wife said she's getting ready
I
for work.
heard. Now that's what I'm talking
Prepare for the
about.
apocalypse.
That's the answer I
AI.
wanted.
Yeah.
AI.
I've accumulated enough skills at this point. I think I do well.
Okay. All right. Yes,
Yeah,
listen, since 9/11, we have got those skills.
absolutely. I'm constantly like getting hit with like tragedy after controversy after controversy after war after just
Mhm.
I,
You were 10.
since I was 10 years old, I've witnessed
Okay.
so many major world events that stuff happens now. I'm like, yeah, okay,
You're
Mhm.
numb to it.
whatever.
You
Like,
get, yeah, oh
that-
yeah, you get numb.
like I'm sorry to hear that. That sucks for them,
Yeah,
but I don't know
But
what I can do
I
about it.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
Yep. And that's where we've come to. You know, in
Yes.
it is. That's where we've really come to. I can remember when like things started up, even the commercial about Tampax. My mama was like, "Oh, I know they didn't put that on the TV." And you know, after a while, everybody like, you know, I know, that's what I'm saying. Oh my God. What are they gonna put on the TV next? You know. No, that's nothing.
Oh
You know?
yeah.
Well, that's the thing though. It's like not talking about shit like that is how we breed ignorance too. Because like there's still so many people, mainly guys, but some women too, that have no idea how that shit works. They have
Mhm.
no clue what's
Mhm.
actually happening. And like I said, some women don't even know shit about their own bodies because
Yeah.
nobody talks to them about it because it's personal. And it's
Yep.
like, but you still like you're not given a rule book, you're not given a set of instructions for your body. You need to be taught about that kind of shit. And
Yeah.
like, you know, like boys that grow up with sisters tend to do much better in relationships than boys that don't grow up with sisters, because they already have a better understanding of how we as people and our bodies function. There are so many guys out there that if their woman asked them, like, could you stop and grab me tampons? They would say, no, fuck you. I'm not doing that. I'm not buying tampons. That's a woman's job.
I know, I'm fine. She's
And
fine.
it's ridiculous. It's absolutely fucking ridiculous. And I'm going to stop now because I tend to rant.
Yeah,
does.
and I love branding. You
Very
know,
valid points every
girl,
time.
I got to get you on my show. But
Okay. Great. No, that's awesome.
I was thinking that same thing. I was thinking that same thing. Oh shit, that's what you need. You need Bronwyn on here. It just needs to be the
Oh,
Betty and
yeah.
Bronwyn show. That would be great.
In Bronwyn,
I'm
hey.
amazed at some
B&B.
stuff she's saying because, you know, I would think now women do know more about their bodies, and you know, then that just sounds like the same old thing I went through. You know what I mean? My mom just was one of those special where you did know, but she's saying stuff that I heard when I was a little girl. It's the same old stuff with the men, the girls. Women don't know their bodies. So
And that's the thing is, like, there are still, like, you think that in this day and age things would be different for everybody, but it's not different for everybody. There's still those people that grow up in like super strict, mostly religious households that it's a shame. It's a shame that you just don't talk about. You know what I mean? Like, I can almost guarantee, like, you remember Carrie, the movie Carrie?
Sure.
How
Yeah.
her mom flipped out on her when she got her period because it meant she sinned, because getting your period was a punishment. I can guarantee you there are still women in this country that believe that.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
and there's some religions where the woman can't sleep in the bed with the man if her period's on.
Yep.
Oh man, they used to just have the huts, didn't they? Used to have the here's the it's that time.
But there's
Send the
some
women out there. They're unclean. Send them over there.
Get the
We'll
Exorcist.
see you in a week. We'll
Yeah,
see you
get
in a
the
week.
Exorcist. Just put a
And
pile
It
of
still
food there.
happens. It's
we
terrible.
even moved away from even the basic, like even breastfeeding a child. You know, if you show your breastfeeding, like, oh,
Yeah, right.
crazy. What we went to, y'all? What have we headed to?
Well,
I
there's
wanna
no,
know-
I
there's
actually have,
no.
What were you gonna say?
Here she comes.
Okay,
I have my eyebrows on, so
girl, we don't care.
So I actually got into an argument with my mother after my daughter was born because I breastfed both my kids.
Okay.
And we were like at home in our own house, and my grandfather came to visit, and the baby needed to eat, so I fed the baby. And afterwards, my mom was like, my mother, who was a big proponent of breastfeeding in the 80s when it wasn't even a big thing, was like, how could you do that? That was your grandfather. I'm like, and I was feeding his great grandchild. If he had a problem with it, he can walk away.
It's not like you're just whipping your titties out all willy nilly.
right?
I know, that's what I'm
Like,
saying. You're
like,
feeding
hey,
a baby.
Oh, cool. Grandpa's here.
Like, I'm in the comfort of my own home with my child. I'm not going to get up and walk
Or
out of
even
the
if
room.
you're out in someone else's, you feed. I taught a lot of people believe me by breastfeeding that. I'm like, it's gonna eat wherever it's at. So
I've always been a proponent.
yeah, my sons are too. My sons, they learn from me really about.
Yeah.
It's the best.
Don't get me wrong. Fed is best.
Yeah,
If you find the
It
best way
is.
that works for you and your
Yeah.
family, breastfeeding is not for everybody. It's challenging and it sucks.
yeah,
But
it
it's also great and amazing. So, like, if you can try, if you can, just make sure your kid is fed.
Yeah,
But
I
we
strongly
definitely
believe
have to have a way less prudish view of breastfeeding in general, because my tits aren't just here for you to look at.
yeah,
They're functional.
They have a biological purpose,
yeah.
and
Crazy.
that's what you should be thinking about when, like, you know what I mean? I don't know. It's
And I think too, it's harder for women because so many people haven't breastfed. So they can't really tell their daughters, what it is, what the baby tummy is so small. Oh, there ain't enough for baby tummy. This big lady, you know. So they don't know and they can't pass it on. So I think that's the part.
I mean, granted, formula was an amazing invention.
Yeah.
It absolutely was, because before formula, there were a lot of babies that.
But they had a lot of recalls on them now.
They do have a lot of recalls.
They had a lot
with pumps. With pumps, especially the pumps that are available today and everything, it should make it easier to be able to supply breast milk for the child and everything.
So much. I work with pregnant women. Say if a woman was raped or something, it's just something about something touching. So there's so many reasons why women don't pump or they don't breastfeed. It's just so, but I'm telling you, if you can breastfeed, that's the
sometimes
best.
the baby has an allergy that's affected by what the mom eats, but the mom can't cut it out of her diet for some reason.
Yeah,
there are a lot of different reasons why.
They do all right.
And especially like working moms, you know what I mean? We don't have proper maternity leave in this country, so a lot of
it's gotten worse. It was pretty good when I came along. It's gotten worse.
I actually got semi-lucky. Our oldest daughter was born right before COVID, and I got like 4 months of maternity leave. Thankfully, I worked for a company that provided. Plus, in New York State, you have to have a certain number of weeks. But like I had vacation time or whatever, so I ended up getting like 4 months off. And then I went back because it was in the middle of COVID. I just went to working from home, so I was home with her. And then I ended up getting laid off, found out I was pregnant with our second baby, and I was just able to coast off of like my 401k and shit until our second baby was 6 months old. So I stayed home with our oldest for almost 2 years and our youngest for 6 months, which is right around the time she stopped breastfeeding anyway. So you know what I mean? I was very, very fortunate in terms of.
Oh, good. I appreciate you so much. I'm gonna have to get you back on here one day, girl. We gonna have a good old time.
I'm sure that's true. I have an even more chaotic schedule than this one, though. So
I can say it is a good match. It is a good match. I had thought about that when Braun started to talk. It was like, oh, the two of them would just be perfect on a show. That would have so much energy and everything.
I would love, to talk to younger women. That's my thing. I would love to talk. And I call younger women raising kids the summer of their lives. Huh?
Betty, I apologize, but I am going to have to depart.
Okay.
I have to do the same thing.
Yeah,
I have to do the same thing.
Y'all. And I just, you don't have to, because I was going to get off anyway. Normally I stay on an hour, but we got to talking. But this has been, I'm telling y'all, amazing. And then Sunday,
thank you so much.
Forget to go over to Rich. I got it pinned up to the top, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Thank you.
I'm not looking at it, Rich. So what's the title of it again? Because I'm not looking at
it. It's FDR. Okay. That's all I know. FDR. I don't have it. I don't see where it is. I don't have
it's pinned to the top. So
I'm not watching the show. I'm not watching the show, right? I'm just no. I'm not there. No. FDR improv comedy. It's adult comedy with puppets, animation, and mannequins. Sunday 9 p.m. That 9 p.m. Eastern time is when that is. I appreciate you having me here. I love seeing you.
Pro and wife, thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. Thank you so much.
I'll try to get her back on here.
Yeah. Oh, I'm gonna get her back. I know how to get a hold of her. But what I'm gonna do is let y'all three go, and then I'm just gonna go ahead and.
Peace and love.
Betty. Love you, Betty.
Get you later.
Yourself. Okay, bye-bye. Oh, that was fun this morning, y'all. I hope y'all all enjoyed it. It was like breastfeeding time. Thank y'all so much for coming in and being with me today. And I know I have a live tonight at 5:30. Thank you, Shelly. And thanks for meeting me. Yeah. So tonight at 5:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I have my vlog 6:30. I should have a short up today, prayfully. And but I thank all of you that have been supporting me. Oh, this has been a ride, y'all. This has been a ride. Keisha, I'm gonna have to get a hold of you too. I'm gonna talk with you. It may not be today, but I'm gonna get a hold of you. And but Roro, thank you for coming in. D, as always, Keisha, Jamie, Warm, Strong, Scratching, Pete. I know I'm missing Pole Vault, Johnny. Thank you so much for being here, Scott. Can't forget Scott. And you know what? Oh, somebody said something about AI. Oh, that was earlier. But I'm going to read up on AI today, and I'm going to talk to Keisha a little bit. She can tell me a little bit more insight. But thank you so much for everybody. And I'm going to end this, and I will thank you so much. And bye-bye, everybody. Bye-bye.